Will Cate catch up to Lee Shaw? Will Monarch lose its funding? Will we see how Bill and Keiko discover the Titan realm? And will we find out who Hiroshi's father really is? My name is Sean Redman, and I'm here to discuss all of this and more. So sit back, relax, and let's unpack Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, Episode 8, entitled Birthright. So back in 1955, I'm going to cover 1955, and then we'll cover the 2015 separately instead of jumping back and forth. So in 1955, Monarch's funding is about to run out because they made the pact to only tell the general what he needs to know instead of everything that they learn. And other projects are vying for the funding. And the guy that's breaking the news to the team is very racist, anti-Japanese, and says some mean things about Keiko. Bill takes offense. Of course, Lee takes offense too, but Lee has military discipline, and Bill does not. And Bill takes a swing at the guy. So they get back to their office, and Bill's so mad that he punches the wall and puts a hole in the wall, which in 1955 is impressive because that's not drywall. Think about that. So he puts a hole in the wall with his left hand. I guess he is left-handed. So Lee says to them, we're about to go out of business. I need you to put your brains together. You have 3 days. Come up with a map of what we know that we can sell to the general to stay in business. And so they get to work to try and piece together what they know, what they think they know, what they want to know. And it's apparent that they have a lot of second and third and fourth hand references. What we don't know is whether Bill's punching the wall has any lasting meaning, but maybe we will learn. So working late one night, Bill has his head on the table and he's just looking at the map that he's trying to make. And he sees an ant crawl through a hole, and he picks up the map, and the ant is walking along the back of the paper, and he has his epiphany. What if the realm is not only in, but along our realm? And it's not just underground, it's another realm. It is a portal. And he rushes to tell Keiko. And when he gets to Keiko's house, he does excitedly explain it to her. And she, says bigger on the inside, which is a nice reference to Doctor Who, that the Earth may actually be bigger on the inside. Or it might be a reference that the Titans are bigger because they're from the inside. Who knows? But we do meet, as this is happening, Keiko's son, Hiroshi, who was born in Japan. His father died in the war. So Hiroshi's father is neither Bill nor Lee. So Keiko is Cate and her brother's grandmother, but neither one of those two are their grandfather. Kenatro, sorry. Slipped my mind for a second. So will it be enough to save Monarch? We see Lee go see General Puckett, and Puckett says, you had your chance, son. And Lee says, well, he didn't give you all the information. The fact of the matter is, I saw Godzilla. He's still alive. And of course, that's enough. Knowing that the biggest bomb the U.S. can make didn't kill it means they're still in business. And Lee goes so far as to make sure that Bill and Keiko stay in charge of the scientific part of Monarch, which is an important distinction. Because now that they're telling the military that they couldn't kill Godzilla, the military is going to be much more involved. Keiko and Bill will be part of the head of the scientific part. And that's really it for 1955. So in 2015, which is the quote-unquote present in this TV series, Cate and her team, Kenatro and May, Cora, and Tim, arrive at Monarch. And as they're talking, they realize that Shaw's next stop will be Kazakhstan, where he lost Keiko. He closed the portal in Alaska. Now he's going to go close that portal. But what the data at Monarch shows is that when he closed the portal in Alaska, that while the radiation there dropped to zero, the radiation in all the other places increased. So as he closes them, it's going to get worse at the ones that remain. And we do see in Tim's office that the hole that Bill punched is still there. So Cate and her team go to Kazakhstan, and they get there and they find the molt skins of some titans or small titans which is kind of creepy. It's like all of the ones that we saw pull Keiko down have all molted and grown, and they're bigger somewhere. So will Lee Shaw welcome them, even though they're traveling with Tim? So they make their way to the reactor, and there's a brief standoff where Duvall tells Tim that she doesn't want to shoot him, but she will. And Cate steps forward and says, nobody's going to shoot anybody. And Lee Shaw comes out, tells everybody to lower their guns, says, we need to talk. And Kenatro steps forward, and Lee says, no, just Cate. And Cate and Lee go off to the private room. And so why do you think Lee thinks that Cate will understand what Godzilla's up to? And he does. He is happy that they're there. Lee Shaw wants Cate and or Kenatro to carry on Keiko's life's work. So Cate tries to tell him that he's causing damage by closing the portals, that when he closed that one, it got worse everywhere else. And he says, no, you don't understand. All Monarch does is look at data until they see something they want to see. They'll cherry pick pieces, and then that will be their answer, and then they'll look at it again. He said the only thing that matters is belief. He doesn't care about the data, just belief. And he asked Cate, you looked into Godzilla's eye. You know he knows what he's doing. Which is the first time in this series that we've had anybody say that they believe Godzilla is intentionally doing something. And it is Lee Shaw's opinion, and I think I have said this in episodes past, that Godzilla is protecting us. But the way Lee Shaw says it, it makes a little more sense. That Godzilla is just protecting both realms. He's trying to keep the Titans where they belong and keep the humans where they belong. And that's, so when a Titan comes up to where the humans are, he fights the Titan, sends him back. And that's a pretty good way to look at Godzilla. I kind of like that. So Lee Shaw says, and hesitation kills. And he calls for the clearing of the cavern. He has explosives rigged. And as he and Cate start to leave the room, everything starts to shake. And there is, in fact, a Titan coming up through the portal. Some of the ground gives way. May falls into the portal. Cate begins to fall and is grabbed by Lee Shaw, who in turn both fall into the portal. And then the explosions happen. We see from outside that everything implodes. End of the episode. So what we don't know is Tim and Duvall and the soldiers and Kenatro, did they all fall into the portal? Or were they killed? You know, I am pretty sure that May and Cate and Lee are going to soft land in the realm of the Titans. And I think it's then we'll find out whether Keiko is there. So it's going to be an interesting run from here to the end. And I guess at least part of the next episode will take place in the Titans realm. And here's my idea, is that while we're in the Titans realm with the Kurt Russell Lee Shaw, that's when we'll flash back to the Wyatt Russell Lee Shaw getting into the sphere thing and going on his mission. So here's one thing I hope. I hope that they find Keiko and that she is aging at the same rate that Lee Shaw is. And they end up with an opportunity to be together. What do you think? Tell me what you think. Are we going to find Keiko in the Titan realm? click the subscribe button so you don't miss an episode, and hit that notification so you know when we drop the episode. And, click the like. If you've been here this long, give this video a like so that YouTube will push it out to more people. I appreciate it. But for now, my name's Sean. This is Sean's Take. I'll see you next time.